2 Canadian players were chosen first and second overall, but the first Canadian team to pick was Edmonton with the 3rd selection.
The Edmonton Oilers are very pleased to select from the Western Hockey League Prince Albert Raiders Leon Draisaitl.
Draisaitl, the latest young gun picked by Edmonton, is also the highest a German player has ever been drafted. He certainly has the hockey pedigree. His father, Peter, played at a high level internationally for Germany. So on this draft night, let's get some reaction from Edmonton. Min Dhariwal is at a draft party in Edmonton and sounds lively. What is the reaction there, Min?
Well, you know what? Funny enough, Ian, initially I was sitting right by some fans, and when the Florida Panthers picked Aaron Ekblad, there was a lot of groans because I think the fans here, the Oilers fans, were hoping to somehow get Aaron Ekblad, that he would last till the 3rd pick. But I mean, Ekblad is the best player in this draft, the best junior player available. So it's no surprise that Florida took him first overall. I mean, they looked at a lot of trade possibilities, but there wasn't enough players coming back, so they picked him. But Leon Draisaitl, I think, is a good pick for the Oilers. He's a kid with size. He's 213 pounds, 6'2". He's only 18 years old, and he's a center. Something that the Oilers desperately need. I mean, for the last 6-7 years, they've been drafting a lot of players who are about the same size. The smaller guys, obviously very highly skilled players, but this team is lacking in size up front. They've got a lot of depth on the defense, so I think the fans are happy with the pick that they got. I mean, the first 4 players were guys that I think any of those teams would have been happy with, but the Oilers get the biggest kid out of the bunch, so to speak.
Min, for our viewers watching across the country, perhaps not Oiler fans, in fact, perhaps not even hockey fans, one thing I think we should point out to them, we know of the Oilers from the 80s, Gretzky, Messier, Paul Coffey, all these young guns that were so good. In the last few years, your hometown team, the Oilers, keeps drafting high, lots of number 1 picks, and yet not very much success. I guess it shows that draft day can sometimes not create the expectations that people hope for.
Yeah, you're 100% right there. I mean, you can draft these high-skilled players all you want, but a team has to be well-rounded. It has to have that grit. It has to have some experience, and I think that's been part of the challenge for the Oilers and their management, is to find those players, those unrestricted free agents to come to Edmonton to play with these young guys to help them become winners. I mean, these kids have all come from winning backgrounds. Jordan Eberle, Taylor Hall, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Nail Yakupov. I mean, these are all kids. 3 of those kids are number 1 overall draft picks. And so, they definitely need some seasoning, and, hopefully the Oilers can get some free agents to come in that can help them along. I mean, Craig McTavish managed to trade for David Perron last year, and he came in, and I think he was a calming presence in the room. Andrew Ferentz, of course, former Boston Bruin who won a Stanley Cup. So the pieces are slowly coming, but I think for Oiler fans it's taking a little too long. I mean, they've run out of patience. I mean, this is the 7th year that they've picked a first-round draft pick, or at least a player from the first round. So that's indicative of how this team is ending their season, which is at the bottom of the barrel, so to speak.
Well, in bars all around North America and at least 29 other cities, Min, this is a summer night of beer, hockey, and hope. Thank you very much.
Yeah.